friends, it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar, and I want to welcome you to my channel for this timeless pick a card reading. Well, I guess it's not so much timeless, it's timeless throughout 2024. We're going to be looking at the biggest changes that you can expect in the year ahead. So for 2024, what big things are going to be happening in your life? What can you expect? So with that being said, I want you guys to meditate on that question a bit as you look at the cards. And we have 4 different groups to choose from. So we have number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So choose whichever you feel really drawn to. You might be drawn to more than one, and that's totally valid as well. The timestamps will be in the description box. The description box also has all the deck information, so if you're like, what's that deck? It's so cute. You can find that there. You can also find my wish list if you want to get back to the channel, and you can also find ways to get readings with me as well through the links. So yeah, I hope that this reading helps and gives you some insight for the year ahead. And take care, guys, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 1 here with raindrops, this is going to be your reading. So first of all, raindrops says, take a chance on them. So I feel like in 2024, one of the biggest things for you is going to be taking a chance on new connections and new people. What's interesting is, of course, this can relate to feeling trust in situations again as well. And maybe it's a heads up to let you know that someone special is coming into your life in order to kind of help you grow. And also, I think the outcome is good there. It's like Spirit wants you to take a chance on somebody. And Spirit's like bringing someone into your life that's worth taking a chance on. Whether that's friendship or relationships that are like more romantic, it probably depends individually, but we'll look at the rest of the cards and see. We've also got here the Queen of Hearts. So definitely telling me that you're in an emotionally satisfying year. I feel like for a lot of you, you're working on your emotional sphere. I feel like you'll feel very positive and uplifted for a good portion of the year. I think there will be many happy and joyful moments. And I think you're also regulating your emotions really well as well. So there's that too. Now what's interesting here is we have the Ditch Witch. Now this card, the Ditch Witch, is actually very much related to this card because, listen to this. The Ditch Witch shows that by aiming onward and upward into the clear, you can rise above any swamping situation. Those who are causing you problems will become a great help to you in the future, aiding your escape from a particular ditch. You will meet supportive new friends with whom you share a similar outlook. Your spirits will be exuberantly lifted, so you will enjoy happy, carefree, lighthearted, and frivolous fun. Whoa. So that's even more like what I was saying. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, you can have new people coming into your life. And what's interesting, again, I don't know, and I guess this is for some of you. Some of you may have somebody actually kind of do a turnaround in your life. It's like maybe they previously weren't helpful or something, and now suddenly they are, or they want to do something for you. So that's an interesting message as well. I feel like just generally though, 2024 is going to be a very uplifting year for you. And like I said, plenty of happy moments. We also have the moon here. You will be guided through the darkness. So definitely a lot of spiritual energy around you in terms of getting through the rougher moments. And obviously in the dark, sometimes we don't know what we're doing. So we're fumbling, and it feels like Spirit's guiding you exactly to where you need to be. I would pay very close attention to the connections in your life this year, because I think you'll find that by the end of the year, when you look back, you're going to see how many connections actually aided you in some way. Sometimes things can happen in the most minor ways. It's like a small connection where they make a suggestion and suddenly you follow that suggestion and it leads to a whole new pathway, right? And so just like I said, I would definitely encourage you guys to really pay attention to the people that are coming into your life, because I feel like many will be Spirit sent, okay? They're led to you. We've also got the Messenger of Earth. The Messenger of Earth is actually related to, I'm just going to say this too. We have Virgo in the 2nd house as well. So there's going to be financial things going on in your life, okay? Now, the Messenger of Earth can talk about obviously finances, because Earth is related to that. So this can talk about hardworking energy, proceeding with integrity, perseverance and grit, having prudence and being careful through your efforts, being thorough, industrious, having a lot of stamina and dedication. So it feels like you get a lot of stuff done this year. And I feel like obviously with finances, this can, I think it indicates that you're working hard, but you're getting benefits, right? We've also got the second house here, and it says material world, possessions, finances, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, and aesthetics. Some of you actually might be working with your voice on some level, making money through your voice or through such actions, because of course Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and I think of that. But I also feel like there's just a lot of, some of you may be paying down debt, or some of you might be also increasing your savings. Maybe some of you are finally getting a 401k, or you are opening up some sort of account where you're starting to accumulate interest or something in a good way, you know what I mean, like a savings, a high yield savings account. I feel like there's just financial stuff going on here. And some of you, like, I feel like you could be, yeah, like I said, paying off debt or something. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at this caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Now, I think for some of you, there's a very special message in terms of where you're at now. A lot of you may not see this coming. For a lot of you, you may still kind of feel like you're in the dark a little bit, or you're not really certain, like, of how this will all manifest. But I want to say that this is sort of confirming here that change is coming. It's going to come, even if you don't see it right now. And I feel like sometimes things might be a process. You may find that things are really improving as the year progresses as well. That, like, the farther you get into the year, the better things become. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got bread, period of prosperity and abundance. So yeah, definitely a very financially, I think, secure year for you. I think, like, with that second house, of course, like I was saying, the material world, it's what we store, it's our possessions, it's our money, it's what we, kind of keep us to sustain us. And so I feel like there's a lot of prosperity coming your way and all of that. Let me see here. 2024. Look at this. Oh my God, I can't even. The star. Guaranteed success. So there's definitely some success coming as well for you in this year. It's like there's no way but success for you. Look at this. We have grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. That's interesting with Virgo too, because I feel like Virgo is a very efficient sign. It likes to get things done right. And for many of you, it might be about, like, kind of paying attention to the finer details as well. Some of you might have to really, and maybe some of you are really trying to figure out how to bring your life into balance. As an example, some of you, especially if you have no more than one job, or you have just, maybe it's like a family plus, a job, or you have this sort of balance, and it's about really bringing things into balance for you and, making things as efficient as possible. And I think you'll find that you learn a lot about that over the year. Okay, let's see what else. Ah, rose. Romance is in the air. Ooh. Okay, so I see romance for a lot of you in this, obviously. I think that, it depends. Obviously, some of you might be in relationships. Others might be single. But I think that this guarantees that most of you are going to have some romantic situations, which is very nice, especially for those of you who are single. For those of you in relationships, you might find that your relationship's really blossoming still. It's like having a resurgence even, or, things are just quite, like, maybe there's many romantic moments. And a final card here from, oh my goodness. Okay, look at this. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So, yeah, I see it. I feel like there's something big happening for you financially this year. And there's pathways opening up to where you can make even more income, or you can increase somehow. I think for a lot of you, there's going to be really high chances for raises or starting careers that have advancement. Or again, if you have your own business as an example, this might be expanding or going in some kind of pathway that's going to really expand you financially. So I love this. I think you guys got a really nice reading, I have to say. And I love the tea cards because they're no BS. They're pretty rough. So I'm going to get a few little charms here. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see. Oh, okay, we've got the eye here. So I really feel like this is showing that a spirit is really watching out for you. I feel like you have a strong spirit guide or past loved one that really keeps an eye on you and is trying to help guide you. I also feel that for a lot of you, there's a lot of psychic awareness happening, and you'll find that, the more you act on your instincts, the more you're going to get. Okay, so definitely following your gut feeling. And we have here, oh, so I actually feel like for a lot of you, you might actually travel somewhere foreign this year as well. We've got the Eiffel Tower. Now, some of you may go to France, but I feel like to me, honestly, my first instinct was, oh, foreign travel. So I feel like that. And then look at this. Next to it, we have find joy in the journey. And so, yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, there's going to be some sort of foreign travel or trip here. And yeah, it's going to be like a fun journey. We've also got this little Hello Kitty with a guitar, which is interesting because she almost reminds me, like maybe for some of you, go to Mexico or something, or somewhere like that. Maybe for some of you, Spain even, or something. But yeah, I feel here, like, it also music for some of you. Maybe if you're musicians or something, you might be creating a lot musically. Some of you might be able to make money from music or something like that too. Let's see what we got. Oh, overthinker. Some of you might need to not overthink. That's interesting with here, because I kind of feel, I was going to say this and then I didn't. And now I saw that because I didn't know what it was when it was, I couldn't remember based on the shape. But what's interesting here is, like, I think that some of you might be really learning to balance between overthinking and your intuition. And some of you might be really learning how to strike that balance and get it working right. Because I know for myself, sometimes I can be like that, where I'm like, it's so funny because if I'm not overthinking it, I always make the right decisions. But sometimes it's like I get up in my head when I get really nervous about something. And the best way to get out of that energy is to ground yourself as well. But I feel like however you do that, I'm not telling you to ground yourself, but however, that's my stuff. But however it works, it's going to somehow, I think you're going to come through and figure that out. We also have love here. Yeah, you're going to be struck in the heart. Like, I feel like someone's got you. We got Cupid or something. And we also have a key here. So again, this is going to be a very important year. Keys to me represent importance, unlocked doors, you know, opening of new doors, all this sort of thing. So definitely some strong energy towards new beginnings. And again, big changes. You know what I mean? It's like you're walking through the door. And to me, it's like a new door where it's like you haven't had the key previously, but now you're unlocking it. So again, even financially, it might be that you're suddenly making more than you ever did, or, you know what I mean? You're doing things that you've never done before. You know, it's like last year I bought my first car, like, and I bought cars, but in cash, but I like actually bought like a new one and everything. And it was like a big thing for me because I'm like, way older, I think, than most people are when they gain such kind of property. But anyway, I feel like for some of you could have something similar. It's like where you're having new, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Take a chance on them. And again, with overthinking, and it's like, I feel like for some of you, it's like you see somebody and it's like, you might be overthinking about them, especially if you've been burned in the past, whether it's in friendships or any other kind of relationship. It's like, it's easy to overthink, you know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, are they going to be like the same old story and like all that, the same old routine that I've gone through before? And I think no. I think actually you're going to find new friends coming in, like I said, that are really going to lead you to better places. So I wish you the very, very best over this next year. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support and your, comments and everything that you guys contribute to the channel. I really do appreciate it so much. And if you want to get a personal reading with me, that's all in the description box. You can join here as a member for some exclusive extra pick-a-cards. And of course, there's always my wish list if you want to give back that way. And you can always, subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, take care, guys, and I send you lots of love. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 2, this is your reading. So I'm just going to cleanse the area from the previous group, and we're going to dive right into yours. So you've chosen lavender, and it says surround yourself with love. And you can see, a group of friends just hanging out, enjoying each other. And I feel like for a lot of you, you know what I mean? You may be feeling like you have some good close-knit connections. You might find a lot of support through others this year. And 2024 for some of you might be about removing the ones that don't seem to really surround you with love and embracing the ones that do. Okay? So I would definitely say for some of you, if you feel like this isn't the case, maybe you don't have really strong supportive people around you, I would definitely say this might be the year where you step away from such connections and you bring in new ones that are supportive. But I just get a sense here of being surrounded with love and support in a lot of moments. We've got here the Ace of Spades, as well as the Shield. Okay, interesting. Now I have a specific message for some of you with this combination. If you are worried about a big institution or authority, you might be safe from such situations. I don't know who that message is for, but I will say that it's it's for somebody at least, or a few people here. So again, if maybe it's like you're afraid of some kind, institution, maybe government, some kind of higher kind of imposing type of situation, it's like, I feel like you'll be safe from that, okay? Now, I will say that there might be a lot of fated and karmic things happening this year, but it's all very protective of you. So I feel like with that happening, it's all going to be for your greater protection anyway, and to kind of put you in alignment with where you need to be. I do think that there could be a sense of worldly power and influence on some level. I will say that there may be certain obstacles, but I feel like you'll get through them. And it won't be anything too hard. It's just kind of like little obstacles that you kind of have to go through in the year. We've got the Ten of Wands here. So yeah, that can tell you there is a lot of work to be done, and you might have a lot of things going on, okay? I will say, like, I do kind of feel like there might be a lot. It might be a very busy and sometimes overwhelming year, but like I said, I do feel like it's nothing too horrible here. Like I said, you're safe from harm. With the surround yourself with love too, this might also show that you have people around you that are going to really, kind of appreciate you and be there for you in the year to come. So we also have here Aquarius and Taurus. So that's interesting because Aquarius and Taurus are squaring each other, right, by sign. So I will say that, so Aquarius and Taurus, I will say that there could be money, because Taurus can rule money, through group activities or through corporations or through like a lot of group work or things like that, right? So I kind of feel like that could be happening. Of course, for some of you might be building a social media platform or a community of some kind, but that's of course not for everyone, perhaps. I do want to say that there also can be money made from big institutions as well. So I feel like, say you have like a law firm working on something and it's sort of like a big one, let's say, not just like a small law firm, but like a bigger one. I could see benefits coming from there. I could also feel like benefits are coming from other types of corporations or networks as well. I do feel like you're very much loved by a group of people as well. I'm going to say it's almost like you have some people around you that really appreciate you or grow to appreciate you as the year progresses. So definitely don't be shy to like rely on people and like, you know what I mean? Reach out to them. We've also got the Fire Witch. And of course, fire energy is quite like explosive and dynamic, and it's like, get things done. The Fire Witch makes temperatures rise. The pure fire of passion exercises demons and tests the content of the furnace of your love. She ignites masculine flames of love, bringing pleasures and desire. Two lovers understand each other's true hearts. You and your lover will exchange sweet words during hot, earthy passion. Woo! Okay. Wow. Some of you might be finding love. Well, and that makes sense too with Taurus. I think actually your love life and your friendships are going to be like on point here. I think there's a lot going on in that dynamic of your life. Like, I feel like relationships are going to be huge for you. A 10 of fire as well. 10s represent the end of something. And so it's like kind of the last stage. And then we have like a new beginning here with an ace. So it's like, it reminds me of like kind of like things changing. You know what I mean? Let me see, 2024. Ooh, we've got the shark here. Take care, there will be a loss of material wealth. Let's see, 2024. Discord among friends or family. Control your anger or you'll be sorry. Okay, you guys are getting some challenging cards here. Beware of greed. Okay, I would say be careful with overspending. Now, Taurus, of course, is ruled by Venus, and on the one side of things, of course, can be a little bit too indulgent at times. So I would say be careful of overspending. And this is a warning. It doesn't mean that it will happen necessarily. It's sort of like, hey, because it says take care or there will be. So it's not saying there will be a loss of material wealth. It's saying you can avoid this by taking care, okay? So don't take this scary. But there might be you might need to kind of, some of you might be, like I said, paying off debt or something. You could be paying off debt or doing something like that, like taking care of some stuff. I wouldn't accumulate more debt if possible during this year. I would be paying it off, okay? That's advice from me to you, from what I'm seeing. We have discord among friends or family, and I kind of wonder here if that plays into up here. I kind of feel like on some level, maybe there can be improvements. I had a card flip over and I'm trying to see where it was, but maybe it didn't flip over. We have wealth here as well. Some of you might have inheritance arguments in your family or money arguments in the family as well. Or there might be, it doesn't always have to directly involve you. It might be, things that go on around you, other people arguing. That won't be for everyone, of course, don't worry. Now, financially, there could be victory as well. We have victory in some endeavor. So I think that you're definitely being victorious somewhere in your life. I think financially, but also relationships look good too, right? Now, we have control your anger or you'll be sorry. So I will say, and maybe there's something going on like Mars is an example, takes some time to go around the zodiac, and so it might be that there's a certain transit of Mars's here that's going to be a little bit more harsher for you, or a little bit more stimulating, let's say, where you might be a little bit more prone to lashing out. But I would say definitely keeping control of your anger this year is going to be important, because again, it says you'll be sorry if you don't. So again, it's sort of a warning. It's not sealed in stuff, sealed in whatever stone. What? It's not how you say it. What is it? Sealed in, yeah, anyway, you know what I'm saying. I can't think of the saying right now though, for some reason. It just totally slipped my mind. Anyway, but yeah, so I would just say be careful of that. And of course, we have the victory in some endeavor, like I said, so I think that's going to show anything here about the victory. There can be a victory with an older man or through an older man in your life. And we've got here, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Okay, so that's interesting. So I noticed how the older man kind of went over here to money or wealth or whatever. So I kind of feel like here there might be something good happening for you financially. You may find also working with an older man or somehow getting involved with an older man might be actually leading you towards victory. So I would definitely say to kind of align yourself with such people, because you might find that they're helpful to you as well. So, very interesting and specific messages here. Okay, let's get some charms. Okay, let's see here. We've got the little teardrop, or some of you might actually get a diamond or something this year, actually, is what I'm getting from that. I'm not too worried about it being a teardrop, per se. I just feel like you might also find that something sad turns into something material as well. Like it's almost like something comes from it. Some of you might take action on something, or, you know what I mean? Sometimes situations happen, so we leap into action. You know what I mean? We have here love and the rings and the heart. Some of you might be getting married or meeting a marriage partner this year, okay? And, oh man, there's definitely something there though, because I see a lot about love here. So love life, yeah, well that makes sense with the fire witch anyway. But yeah, I could totally see a really good romantic connection coming into your life. Or again, if you're already in a marriage, there's a lot of love between you and your partner. Or, you know, if you're, you know, seeing somebody, it might be that you get engaged. Okay, we have Capricorn here too, and Scorpio. Well, these are nice signs together, you know what I mean? Earth and water. They make a sextile to each other. So Capricorn, of course, can talk about hard work and effort. It could talk about career. And I could see that being a thing. Some of you might be having some 10th house transits as well. Or some 8th and 10th or some stuff going on there. Again, it could be about like kind of overcoming debts or things like that as well. Some of you might be pushing past fears in terms of your career as well. I do feel like you'll find support from other people. There must be someone who helps you financially this year. I don't know if it's to get a raise or to increase your finances, but I feel like there's some sort of support coming in. Some of you might be making gains though with like stock or other things like that too. Now we have here made for an angel. And there's a little angel here. So again, I'm feeling a strong spiritual presence around you. And we've got here the mermaid as well. You might find that there are a lot of people very much attracted to you, and you might be really drawing people in that really care about you. Yeah, there's definitely some caring connections around you. We also have the safety pin, which of course makes me think of like finding a solution, right? Or putting something together. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I really think that you have a lot of great messages. Of course, there's a little bit of warning here, like I said, but a warning's better because then at least you know what to watch out for. You know what I mean? And you can avoid it. It's like Spirit saying, hey, psst, you know, this thing's happening. Or, you know what I mean? Not happening, but like it has the potential. And, you know, if you can totally avoid it. So I'm giving you kind of a heads up rather than making you learn the hard way, right? Okay. So I take that as a good thing, at least for me. But anyways, I wish you all the very, very best. If you want to get a personal reading with me or get back to the channel by getting something off my wish list or doing anything like that, you can do that in the description box. There's links to the decks that I use and everything else. So I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed 2024, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye. Hello my friends, so if you've chosen group number 3, we've got Sword, Make the Change. Okay, so I feel like some of you might be actually making changes to her appearance. She's cutting her hair, so some of you might get like a significant haircut this year. Maybe it's like you get the best one you've ever had. But I think for a lot of you, this is actually deeper than that. I think some of you will be making some great changes. And, you know, it might be like you're finally ready for it, but maybe it was scary. But I feel like that there are definitely some big changes you're making. And a lot of these are going to be initiated by you, okay? So it's like you choose to finally like leave that job and find something different, or you finally choose to pursue that project and put it out there, or you know what I mean? It's like you are the one initiating a lot of your changes, and it's like you finally got the nerve, or you know what I mean, the ability to finally throw yourself in. Now we've also got the Jack of Diamonds, and the Jack of Diamonds, well, obviously he's got a letter in his hand, so it's connected towards communication. I feel like you might have a lot of communications going on in your life during this year. And let's see here. It says optimistic thoughts as well, and a near relation. So this Jack brings movement and energy with him, usually in the form of letters, visits, phone calls, or text or email messages. There may be unexpected visits or spontaneous social events connected with him. As a person, he symbolizes an outgoing youngster or child. This character is lively, with a bright mind and optimistic outlook. Often the Jack of Diamonds will appear in the spread with the king or queen of the suit. In this case, he represents their thoughts, which could be described by an accompanying cards. Sometimes he symbolizes a child belonging to a man or woman who appears in the spread. well, we'll look and see what else is here before we kind of think about that. But I feel like, again, it could be a lot of texts, emails going on, phone calls, visits, letters, trips, things like that. It might be quite busy in that way in your life, okay? So we've got unseen forces watch over you. I don't know what I'm trying to add extra words in there. So this is definitely a lot of spiritual energy around you. I feel like you've got spirit guides watching over you, angels, and all of that. Every reading has gotten that as a strong message. So that's really interesting. It's like very spiritually aligned, perhaps, people. Now we have here the 8th house and Uranus. So the 8th house actually can talk about investments, intensity, contracts, SE, you know what I mean? Erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, etc. So some of you might have a surprise inheritance because we have Uranus. There could also be some surprises related to that. But also some of you might find investments really have strong impacts, like there are sudden turnarounds or things like that. You know what I mean? Like, or it's like suddenly it's like you bought a stock and it jumps up, as an example. Or Uranus is kind of unpredictable, so we'll see. We also have the Heavenly Witch, which is funny because we have the angel over there, and we've got the 7 of Fire. So, yeah, 8th house and Uranus. There can definitely be some unexpected help or money that comes your way, by the way, as well. That's another possibility. Now, the 7 of Fire, this talks about one's personal best, going the distance, perseverance, and non-conformity. Yeah, and it's so funny. It says, I trust that I can make things happen as I live life on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. And I feel like, yeah, many of you are going to be like inspired to make changes. And it's like, you're the one who's doing it. Like I said, you guys are making a lot of changes in your life. And it's going to be you that's kind of initiating it. But I think you'll have plenty of help, okay? Now, the Heavenly Witch card says, the veil that hides the divine face of the Heavenly Witch is the sky's azure. The stars are her eyes, her tears are the rain, and the clouds are her silver-lined clothes. Her home is the sky's dome, from where she endows you with the light in her vapory mist. At night, when your senses withdraw, you may perceive truth in your dreams. Some of you might have a lot of prophetic dreams or a very significant one this year, okay? The facts revealed will help you to make your own dreams come true. Some of you actually might be getting ideas through your dreams as well. It also says here, your parents' wisdom will become your own. That's another interesting message. So perhaps like really breaking through or getting some sort, maybe it's like for some of you, you know, I had this a few times in my life where it's like suddenly I realized my parents and why they felt the way they did, or I have a breakthrough there. It could also be other parental figures, even if it's not directly your parents. We've got changes in your life with the moon. I told you, I'm like definitely telling you that there are going to be a lot of changes. I feel like this group has a lot of them. And I think you'll have a lot of emotional changes in your life. It's like you're literally shifting and changing. By the end of December, I think you'll find that your life is much different. Like you've done a lot of things differently in your, over the course of the year. We've also got the boot here. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Now that's interesting because we come back to that like 7 of Fire, and it's like all about perseverance and getting stuff done. So for some of you, you know what I mean? You may have to take a lot of action. There may be a lot of communication, typing, writing, things like that. Maybe some of you are getting into marketing or things of that nature. But I feel like there can be a lot of money from other people, is what I'm saying. Some people might be paying you for services or something like that too. We have here August as being perhaps a significant month. So December and August might be very significant. We've also got spiritual love, which makes sense with that spirit card up there. There's a lot of spiritual love around you. I just feel like there's somebody in heaven watching out for you. Maybe it's a spirit guide, an angel, something of that, you know what I mean? Nature. 2024. Interesting. You should accept valid criticism. And we have major challenge to overcome. So, I feel like these two cards are actually coming out together. It says you should accept valid criticism. And sometimes we hear like certain things that come at us. It might be a suggestion. But I want to say, and this is interesting because I feel like there's some sort of maturity that really blossoms within you, where you really understand something a lot differently. It's almost like something clicks and suddenly you understand so much more. And you're like, why didn't I realize this before? You know what I mean? Now, with you should accept valid criticism, obviously it's saying that there may be certain comments that come your way that feel like criticism. But this tells us that there might be some truth to it. I remember before my sister passed away in January of that year, I actually did a reading for her, and this card came out. And it was funny because she had a situation pop up not long after that where, you know what I mean, at work, where somebody had said something to her kind of, and she at first got kind of ruffled, you know what I mean, like, what? You know, and then she took a second and she was kind of like, well, there is some truth to that. And I just remember like talking to her about that. There was like, I feel like it was one of our like more deeper or meaningful conversations right before she passed away, like, you know what I mean? Because there were a lot of little ones that would happen. But I remember that one being very significant because we were just talking about, you know, maturity and growing up and, you know, kind of trying not to take things personally and looking at it for what it is and all that sort of stuff. And it was like that topic. And yeah, there might be certain things that come your way. Maybe you have people who react a certain way to you. And it's like, when you kind of take a look back, there might be some valid reasons as to why they are doing that. Especially if they tell you something, you know what I mean? If they say something like, hey, well, you never messaged me back or something. Well, instead of getting pissed off and being like, but I am like so busy, you know, and getting offended, it might be like, hey, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not always efficient about doing that. You know what I mean? I have like plenty of, I feel like sometimes I wish I were better at communication myself. And if someone were to criticize me on that, I could definitely say I'm probably, you know, guilty. But I would definitely say I'm guilty, not probably. But yeah, there might be other things in your life. Of course, I'm just bringing my own elements in there to give you an example. But, you know, there might be other things in your life where you could probably, you know, make some improvements in order to kind of better, you know what I mean? We also have major challenge to overcome. I'm actually going to clarify that a little bit. I want to see, like, what major challenge would there be? We have shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Interesting. So this could be financial. This could be in terms of your career. Or, again, if you are trying to open a business, this might take some perseverance on your end. But I will say that there's a breakthrough. If some of you are trying to gain clientele or, you know, kind of get something like flow in from other people, sort of, rather, I feel like maybe it's not traditional employment or something. I feel like, yeah, there may be some challenges to come through with that, but I feel like with shrewdness and resourcefulness, you can actually get through it and you can find ways around the obstacles. Oh, we got the safety pin. Okay. I do feel like money comes hard-earned. But I also feel like there's going to be a lot of abundance that comes in this year. But it may be like, it's like it takes some effort. We have father of the bride as well. Ooh, interesting. Something could be happening. If some of you have a father-in-law, you might be having something going on with your father-in-law in your life as well. We've also got the elephant here. We've got a star here as well. One moment. I'm looking for... There we go. Sorry about that. I wanted to talk about the elephant because the elephant can show that you may need to be of service in some way to the young, elderly, or those less fortunate than yourself. So some of you might be working in that realm or helping other people. Do not let anything stand in the way of attaining this goal that is so integral to your purpose. So this might be also not letting yourself fall prey to any distractions, like trying to make sure you really persevere something and get it done. You have the determination and persistence required to overcome the current challenges you're faced with. Trust your senses, and if something in your life smells bad, take the necessary action to do away with it. Remain loyal to those closest to you in spite of anyone questioning their integrity. So that's another interesting message. And it's a good time to renew your sense of connectedness to the divine. Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of you might be really renewing your spiritual connection. Some of you might be looking a little bit more into religion as well, because I see that cross there. And it might be that it's a little bit more, maybe it's structured. It doesn't have to be Christianity or anything like that. But there might be some of you might be releasing certain burdens you've had from a religion that kind of have held you back from connecting spiritually in the way that, you're meant to. And yeah, so we also have this mermaid. I feel like she's turned around, right? She fell down, turned with her back away. So I will say that you may be turning your back on certain things in your life. I feel that, especially because of that change card that initially came out. I feel like there will be also some important connections and moments. We have a key here. It talks about some big changes, okay? So you guys are going to have some big, big ones. I also feel like there's a lot of drive here and passion. And we have also the safety pin. And I feel like for some of you, you know what I mean, you'll find fixes to your problems. You know what I mean? You'll find something that fixes it. I think of that safety pin as kind of keeping something together. And maybe it's not always long term or the best solution, but you'll figure it out. Is what I feel like. It's like as you kind of know how to maintain and get things done. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 3. Like I said, I can expect some unexpected help or inheritance, money from others, things like that. Like I said, you might find that there's a huge increase suddenly. I also feel like, yes, you'll have challenges, but I think you'll rise to meet them. There might be some perseverance that's needed. I think August and December are going to be big months for you as well. But I think there's a lot of good changes, and I'm happy for you, okay? So with that being said, thank you so much for being here, and I really do hope this was helpful for you and insightful. And I wish you a very wonderful 2024. I hope that this year is full of good things. And of course, if you want to get, a reading with me personally, of course, you can do that through my Etsy. And you can join here as a member if you'd like to get some exclusive pick a card content. You can also go on my wish list if you want to get back to the channel in any way. And, you know what I mean? But it's totally just throwing it out there. It's not important. I wish you all the very best, okay? Take care and lots of love to you. Hello, my beautiful friends. If you chose group number 4 here with the flower, this is your reading. So the flower says, be honest with yourself. So this might be Spirit's message to really be honest with yourself in all situations throughout the year. It might be at times, I notice how she's covering her mouth, and it's almost like really addressing what you say out loud on some level. This might be how you communicate with other people. It might be how you speak about yourself, as an example. And yeah, it's a be honest with yourself type of card. Some of you might be making some honest assessments of yourself over the year ahead, which lead to a lot of growth, by the way. When we can be really honest and objective with ourselves, we can find a lot of growth that way. And we have here the 8 of Spades as well. Now, the 8 of Spades can talk about delays and setbacks. So I'm not going to lie. There can be certain delays and setbacks. And, there's the clocks here in this card indicating, time as an example. Plans can get canceled. Unexpected events can happen as well. And sometimes this might feel like things are just kind of not always going to plan. It's almost like unpredictable energy. Now, the thing about it is I want to say is that sometimes this can talk about getting in a more negative frame of mind, like a what's the point kind of mood. And for some of you, with being honest with yourself in relation to this card, is almost like, are some of your issues caused by your what's the point type of attitude, where you kind of give up easily, or you get, kind of disappointed and maybe just jaded. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that's all of you, but I think some people need to hear this message, okay? Now, you need a fresh approach, or else the patience to wait until the dark clouds disperse, which they will in time, or else the patience, to wait until the dark clouds disperse, which they will, okay? But yeah, it might be that sometimes you do need a fresh approach, and you need to look at it from a different point of view. We also have the Sphinx. Choose your words carefully. And there's something here about, I feel like, with your communications, that it's like being careful with what you say, because it's just uncanny, the fact that she's covering her mouth, and then we have choose your words carefully. I would say also, like, don't overdo your time. Don't overpromise what you can't promise. Don't say things that you don't mean. Especially, like, in certain situations, some of you might be really addressing this in your life, like making sure that you don't, like, volunteer for something and you're like, oh shoot, man, I can't keep up with that. I don't have it in me. You know what I mean? It's almost like being careful. So it's not all like bad or like anything negative towards you exactly, or saying that you do something wrong. But it's like somehow, you know, taking more control of these things. We have here the Ageless Witch as well as the North Witch. Let me make sure those are visible. No, they're not visible. Okay, we've also got the Nine of Earth, and we've got the Square in Capricorn. You guys are going to be making some money, okay? I feel like some of you are going to be really doing well with your career, okay? Because we have the Nine of Earth. This is a very positive card, right? Towards especially physically manifesting, right? It's affluence, material abundance, mastery, financial security, inherited wealth, and knowledge. So it says, I'm now able to step back and observe the results of what I built through my dedication and hard work. I claim ownership of the castles I built that have taken form in the material world. Some of you might really need to be careful in terms of how you talk about yourself, especially for those of you with imposter syndrome or whatever. It's almost like giving your power to someone else. You know what I mean? For some of you, it's challenging you to become an authority of your own life. And really, for some of you might become business owners as well, or get into management positions as well in this year. But yeah, it says, I have achieved mastery and inherited treasures of knowledge and experience thanks to all that I've been through. I smile appreciatively at my run of good fortune. That's another thing too, is I feel like you might have some good fortune coming your way as well. But yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's definitely in relation to some sort of financial abundance. One moment. I'm just going to bring up this Ageless Witch card and see what it says here. So the Ageless Witch grows richer in inner strength and beauty. In maturity, her looks belie her age, and she is ever young at heart. She never loses her dignity or kindness. You possess these qualities. You are the object of someone's delight. They do desire you. You will discover the key to secret knowledge, including the power of self-reflection, contemplation, understanding, and love. Wow. I think a lot of you might just be learning how to talk nicely about yourself. And I do feel like, yeah, there's some admirers around you as well. Definitely. Some strong admirers. Now, the North Witch says, it reminds us that we orient ourselves to the north, sunless in its essence. The north is the dark side of every situation. The darkest phase is like the undrinkable, frozen cup of happiness. The positive consolation is hibernation and energy conservation. Patience in every situation is your virtue. Yeah, definitely. This maybe sometimes you're going to have some certain types of like, patience and perseverance through certain situations. I would say definitely when it comes to talking and stuff like that, is choosing your words carefully. Again, like in terms of how you're communicating. But yeah, I feel like some of you might get some beauty treatments, like maybe you're getting Botox or you're doing something to stay ageless. Maybe some of you are starting a skin routine or something as well. 2024. Oh, we have younger woman. Oh, interesting. Younger woman and control your anger or you'll be sorry. So there might be a younger woman this year that is kind of irritating you. But I feel like you can have victory over this if you don't, it's almost like watch what you say in regards to younger woman. It's almost like you can play it a certain way. Maybe some of you are going to be like, Lisa, what in the are you talking about? Like, what? I don't even know. I think this will develop, okay? So for a lot of you, maybe you'll know what it is right now. But for others of you, it could be somebody at work. It could be a whole different, a situation that you are already aware of. But for many of you, I think it might be something that will develop. So just kind of keep in mind, younger woman, control your anger because you're going to win. Okay, just keep that in your mind. Okay, we've got the dog here. protection from a powerful friend. You've got somebody really protective and watching out over you in your life, okay, in 2024. We've also got deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Definitely. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, if you keep your anger under control, if you kind of really delve into your strength and just bite your tongue, I feel like there's a lot of success. I feel like that there's going to be a lot of here about reputation. It's almost like you've got to somehow, you know, bite your tongue at certain times, because you're like, I have those moments myself sometimes where I just want to like snap at someone. I'm an Aries after all. And I'm like, just want to, you know, and then what's better is I just sleep on it and then I get over it. But anyway, you know what I mean? But I've had many years on the earth, I think, to like figure my shit out. But anyway, yeah. So, but that square in Capricorn, it just reminds me of like, because Capricorn, it's like 10,000, it's like public reputation, it's how other people see you, it's success, it's leadership, it's authority. And it's almost like you're the authority in this situation. This person isn't, okay? And the more that you stay calm and you kind of handle it like with, it's like with strength, but not with like flipping out, okay? And I'm not saying that all of you are going to be the type to flip out. It's just like, I feel like, you know what I mean? But yeah, you definitely have somebody looking out for you. They're in your court, they're looking out for you, they're watching, you know what I mean? And they're there for you. So even in this situation, it could be like somebody's kind of looking and they're like, huh, I've got your back. Okay. We have someone leaving your life. Okay. So someone's going to be leaving your life in 2024. Hopefully it's that situation. It's like maybe if you just kind of keep it cool, they're going to be gone. Yep, and do know, someone leaving your life, there are opportunities on the other side waiting for you, okay? So you have some opportunities that are waiting for you in 2024. Oops. That's too many cards. I'm not going to take all of those, sorry. I know some people will get grumpy about that, but I'm just not going to. Aha. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. This story keeps coming through. It's like, okay. I'm telling you. So yeah, I guess this is to reiterate. It's like, yeah, you may have someone who is trying to kind of interfere and it pisses you off or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe even if it's not like with another person, it could be like, because it can be something you want. It might be like somebody who's trying to interfere, you know what I mean, with something you're trying to achieve. I feel like this person's actually going to leave, especially because of this card coming up right before it. It's like, I feel like they're not going to be around. Okay. But there may be a bit of stress from them. We have you will be shown the way. And we've got the man here, and you're on the road to success. You might have a man that's really helping you in this month. I mean this year, sorry, month. I almost said month. Maybe it's within this month, actually. You're going to see it manifest within the next month, that there will be a man that's really trying to help you get to success. Like to, you know what I mean? Or will be integral to like success as well. It's like you'll be led to them and they're going to like kind of speak up for you or do something, you know what I mean? Oh, look at this. Money will be coming to you and pleasure with a close friend. I told you, I feel like money's coming in 2024, okay? And I also feel like friendship's very powerful. And you're going to overcome this difficult person, okay? And sorry, I really didn't mean to harp on the message about like holding your tongue or whatever, but it just feels like somehow a situation, it's like you carefully kind of can manipulate the situation a bit on some level that works out positively for you. And look at this, we have the daikon, and that reminds me of being rooted. Okay, so grounded, rooted, not flipping out. Okay. And we've also got Aquarius and Aries. There might be a lot of contact with other people. There might be a lot of networking for you as well. You may be very active and initiatory in like terms of networking, and you'll find that that pays off. You know, Aquarius and Aries are sextiling signs, so they're very compatible, you know, generally. Obviously, I know some of you might be like, I hate this one Aquarius, I'm an Aries. And there are probably other things in your chart that make you incompatible. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, so again, Aries is very, you know, initiating and stuff. So I could see a lot of energy and initiation. And again, I feel like here it's networking, probably. Friendships as well, of course, because we have the dog. It's like choose your associations, like who you associate yourself with. We've also got this 3 shells here. And some of you might be working with Aphrodite. There also might be like little whispers or communications that come your way as well. You might also kind of hear things or see things that other people don't on the surface. It's almost like you know intuitively, or it's like somehow you get signs or signals, things like that. So pay attention to those things and stay like kind of grounded in that situation, okay? We've got the unicorn showing unique ideas and a uniqueness to you. I feel like you're definitely admired. There's somebody in your life that really just thinks you're the bee's knees, like you're just amazing, okay? I think you guys will also have a significant thing happen on your birthday, something significant around your birthday. What might that be? Let me actually ask. I'm going to clarify with some tarot. What might happen that's significant on the birthday? We have the Ace of Gifts. There might be a significant gift on your birthday. We have the Ace of Gifts, so literally. That's funny. Isn't that weird? Okay. Yeah. You might get a significant gift on your birthday. Or something significantly nice around that time. I think you'll have plenty of happy moments. And also the smiley face might show, you know, smile in all situations that you can. It doesn't mean that you... But you know, it's like that song, smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. You'll just like find that like life's more worthwhile if you just smile. Like that song. Oh, we also have the paw. And so some of you might be getting a pet or having something significant happening with a pet in your life as well. We've got the hummingbird, by the way. Oh, the fish here, by the way, too. And the fish can talk about abundance. So I think financially you should see some sort of increase. That's for sure. Now, the hummingbird's funny because, of course, like Aries, a lot of energy. So some of you might be like really bouncing off the walls and having a lot of energy in your life. Let me just bring up the hummingbird. It says you need to be very flexible with the twists and turns your life will take, right? Yeah, so being like kind of adaptive and, again, not overreactive. Put more emotional sweetness in your life. You need it. You're going through some very heart-opening kinds of experiences, and you'll quite naturally draw more and more love into your life. Yes, I really do feel like you are. You're drawing some really supportive people into your life this year. Openly express the love you have and feel for those important people in your life. And that's another thing, too, is I feel like be mindful of your interactions with people this year. You never like know what can happen, and you just always want to make sure people know that you care. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying it in a scary or threatening way. Please don't take it that way. Give yourself the gift of as many flowers as you can. Spread them around your home and enjoy their sight and fragrance throughout the days to come. You know, that's so cute. Okay. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll go and buy myself a bouquet. You know what I mean? And it's very uplifting. And some of you might like want to treat yourself to such things. You might find that having a plant in your home or even flowers, fresh cut, you know, or bouquets and stuff are going to be very uplifting to your spirit. Okay? But it reminds you to take time on yourself and like, you know, do something nice for yourself, a little gesture, you know? But yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things that happen that you don't see coming in this year. Like, I really do feel like some of you might be watching this and you're like, I don't know about this, you know? But anyway, that is your reading. I really do hope it was helpful for you, and I wish you the very, very best in your head. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is in the description box. And you can also join as a member on the channel as well to get more exclusive pick-a-card readings. And yeah, all the decks are listed below. There's also my wish list in case you ever want to get back to the channel and or to me in some way. But I wish you the very, very best, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.